the summer of 2006. Ty and I are driving from Fresno to LA for Pride. Ty was sick as a dog, so I played both navigator and airborne bartender. We sailed through the Grapevine, exited near Six Flags to pull over for some fresh air. It had been a long morning, and we knew there wouldn't be much rest that weekend anyways. We weren't heading to LA as spectators. We were going to be there on a float representing Fresno. Me, Ty, Scotty, Frankie, Carlos, and a few others were set to wave like the royalty we thought we were. The organizers had rented a cheap flatbed truck and decorated it with the most gaudiest supplies imaginable. Perfect for Fresno's big city debut, bumpkins and glitter. We arrived at our motel early that afternoon. Ty was feeling better, and we were so close to Hollywood Boulevard that we decided to explore. None of us were old enough to get into the club, so this was our next best option. First stop, my old group home, the gay one, not the Christian one. Walking in, memories flooded back, but none of the old staff were still there 4 years later. From there, we wandered down the strip, peeking into tattoo parlors and souvenir shops. We watched costume characters squabble over sidewalk space. Each of us picked 5 favorite celebrities on the Walk of Fame. Dolly was on everyone's list. We chatted with strangers, swept it on, soaked up the euphoric energy of it all. The next day, we lined up for the parade. I was way too shy to be on a float at LA Pride. Standing there in jeans and a t-shirt while my friends, including Ty, were barely dressed. I couldn't help but laugh when I realized that even Ant, the comedian positioned behind us, was wearing less than I was. When the parade ended, we wandered through the festival, packed shoulder to shoulder with people. At one point, I heard a burst of cheers. I turned around, and there was Tori Spelling, casually handing out t-shirts with her face on them. I snagged one, and it's been a prized possession ever since. Ty and I eventually got bored. Neither of us were big party people, so we left the festival, found ourselves outside a famous porn shop. For Pride, they were advertising a signing with Jeff Stryker, arguably the most famous gay porn star of all time. He also had a hilarious bad country album that included The Gym, Pop You and the Pooper. I had to go in and pay my respects. Inside, we chatted with the guy at the counter, who turned out to be from Fresno too. He welcomed us in and pointed to the back where Jeff was stationed. We turned the corner, and there he was, the Jeff Stryker, naked, hard, and stroking. Ty froze. Ty wasn't into penises at all, so Ty tilted Ty's head to the ceiling to keep Jeff's presence out of view. Meanwhile, I walked right up and told him I was a bigger fan of his music than his other work. Jeff didn't seem interested in my musical praise at all. Instead, he asked why someone was staring at the ceiling across the room. I explained that Ty was only there for moral support and wasn't into, as I put it, ding-dongs. Naturally, Jeff decided to approach Ty and thank Ty for coming anyways. Oh my Lord. It took Ty a second to register what was happening, but as Jeff closed in, giant penis leading the way, I've never heard Ty scream so loudly in my life. Ty's eyes bulged as Ty bolted out of the store like Ty's life depended on it. Jeff was clearly amused, put his free hand on my shoulder and apologized for scaring Ty. I was laughing too hard to care. I thanked him and left, still shaking with laughter. Yes, the most famous gay porn star in the world had scared the hell out of Ty on purpose. I hope Jeff Stryker tells that story to his friends. It feels like a scene ripped from a Judd Apatow movie, but even he couldn't have scripted something so absurd as that. The next morning, we packed up our goodies and tried to cram everything into Ty's trunk. We had too much stuff, so we used a bungee cord to keep the trunk shut. Somehow, between the motel and a flat tire 2 miles before the Grapevine, I lost an inflatable sheep I'd bought as a gag gift for Rasha. After stopping at a mall to wait for AAA, we made our way back to Fresno. Though I was the closest drop-off, Ty saved me for last. That weekend wasn't just about pride. It was really about us. We needed to finish it together, family style.